If I had to scale my coaching business from $30,000 to $100,000 a month, this is exactly step-by-step what I do. And first off, for hitting $20,000 to $30,000 a month with your coaching business, I congratulate you because you're already in the top 5%. But how do you get that to $100,000 per month consistently without burning out or hiring a massive team? And for context, I scaled my coaching business from $0 to $150,000 per month consistently with only one employee. And then within the next 18 months after that, I scaled that business to $1.2 million per month in cash collected consistently. Now to begin, I'll tell you the number one problem of why you're stuck at $30,000 a month and you've plateaued. What got you here won't get you there. The problem is the things that you've been doing to get you to $30,000 a month are the exact reason of why you're unable to scale now, because you don't have the right systems as well as the right team infrastructure in place. And so right now, I'm gonna pull back the curtain and show you exactly how I'd get to $100,000 a month consistently. Now the very first phase of what I'm gonna be sharing with you here, which is gonna take between 1 to 3 weeks to implement, is what I call the foundations phase. And it all starts with the pricing of your offer. Listen, if you're selling a mid-ticket price point between $500, $1,000, maybe even $2,000, I'm telling you that you are seriously leaving money on the table. To give you an example, a couple weeks ago, I was talking to one of my clients, Nikki. She was selling a hairdressing offer, teaching hairstylists and hair colorists how to improve their local businesses, and she was stuck consistently at $20,000 a month selling a course that was $300. The very first thing that I did for her was I 10x her price point. We went from $300 to $3,000, and rather than sending people directly to a link, so from her content to a link in her bio on Instagram, we sent them to her DMs and then we booked a phone call. And that change in the sales mechanism as well as the price point was insane. Within the first 30 days, we got our business from $20,000 to $60,000 per month. And then within 6 months, we got our business to over $300,000 per month in cash hitting her bank account because of this one adjustment. It just comes down to your price point. And I know you're thinking, Richard, there's no one that ever bought high ticket for me. Just so you know, I helped Lucas, another one of my clients, take a video game coaching offer where he sold to broke high school kids and university kids, and his price point was $1,500 for coaching on Rocket League video games. So if you're selling anything within the health, the relationship, the mindset coaching, the faith coaching, how to quit a certain addiction type of offer. By the way, I've helped coaches in every single one of these industries get to $100,000 a month and beyond. I'm telling you right now, you can sell a price point for at least $3,000 online. So that's the very first foundation. And another thing that you have to think through is the delivery of your product. Listen, the difference between a product that is $500 versus a high ticket product that is $3,000 from a product side is actually very, very similar. The course content, in fact, can be exactly the same. The difference is going to be in the amount of access that you have. So a lot of people, they'll sell an online course and typically it will come with a Discord community, a school community, something like that, but there is no direct access to the face of the brand, which is you. And so you need to think through what I call the leverage coach model, which is where you do group calls on a weekly basis, 1 to 2 times per week. And so that way, all the clients that you work with actually can jump on a call and ask you questions. What I recommend is to have a Monday-Thursday split where you can do Monday in the morning and then Thursday in the afternoon. That way, because you're selling to people internationally throughout the world, they can go on at least one of those calls to get their questions answered directly with you, regardless of what the time zone is. In this situation now, you have the course content, you have 2 weekly group calls where your clients can jump on, and you have some kind of community like a Facebook community, Discord, or school community where people can get these questions answered. You now have the 3 C's, which is what I call the right course content, the right community, as well as the right coaching calls. And with that, you now have a product that can scale and get to $100,000 a month. Which brings me to phase number 2, which is the proof acceleration phase. Listen, there's only one thing that matters when it comes to making a sale. The proof is in the pudding. What have you actually done for clients in the past? Now, if you're at $30,000 a month already, I'm sure you have a handful, even if it's just between 1 to 3 testimonials. And this is what you need to do with them. You need to get as many forms of testimonials from each client as possible. Meaning, can you get a WhatsApp or iMessage screenshot of a text message that they send you? Can you get a 30 to 60 second video testimonial? Can you get them on for a Zoom interview where you can go face to face and have a conversation for 10 to 15 minutes? One client should give you 4, 5, 6 different mediums and different kinds of testimonials, because that way you can expand out and have as much social proof as possible. And so what you need to do is in this phase, you need to build a front-end marketing asset, what I call a VSL or video sales letter, in which you have at least 3 solid case studies that match the avatar that you want to sell to. So for example, for me, I consult for both complete beginners that are getting started with building digital product businesses, and then obviously in this YouTube channel, I make content specifically for advanced business owners making $30,000, $50,000, $100,000 a month. I'm not going to say on this channel people that are only making $5,000 a month that are beginners. I'm going to tell you case studies like Lucas, a 19-year-old college student who I helped go from 0 to $100,000 a month his first year working with us. I'm going to show you people like Chow, who took a real estate Airbnb coaching offer from 0 to $200,000 a month in his first 4 months of working with me. These are the case studies that I'm going to share with you because those are things that are relevant to you. So for you, I want you to think through who are the different types of avatars that you want to attract and put at least 3 of them within the front end marketing assets. That's the front end. That's what people people are going to go through before they end up booking the call and speaking to you on a sales call. Then as soon as they finish booking a call, you want to have pre-call nurture assets. These are going to be the videos that you send over to the prospect that they're going to watch before they show up to the call. And this is so important. I saw that we increased our close rate by almost 2 times when we had people watch these pre-call videos. What I recommend you do is find 3 to 5 testimonial interviews that are much more in-depth, like a Zoom sit-down interview. For example, if you see on the screen right here, you'll see that I actually have over 20 different case studies, and this is just scratching the surface of the types of people that we've been able to help, of people that I've sat down literally on an interview and asked them questions about how my coaching, how my mentorship, how the done-for-you components of our coaching program, what those things have actually done for the client. And they share with it, and you can't fake it. And so what ends up happening is after someone books a call and they hit this page and they see all these different case studies that are not just selfie testimonials saying, oh my gosh, Richie, you changed my life. They're actual real case study breakdown interviews. They will blow the mind of the prospects that are waiting to have a call, because the question in the back of the mind the whole time is, can this guy actually help me? And having gone through 3, 4, 5 of these video testimonials, they're almost sold completely on the product before they even come on the call. Which, by the way, if you want to take a look and see this in action, you can go ahead and schedule a link down below with the first link in the description. That's going to take you through our call booking process. And if you're actually interested in becoming a private one-on-one client of mine and work directly with me, that link is also there so you can schedule a call and actually go through my testimonials and see the kind of client transformations that we've been able to help, because it's actually pretty insane. So the link is down below if you want to go ahead and schedule time to speak directly with an advisor on my team. And of course, pay attention to the testimonials, because as you go through it, you will see exactly how I do it as well. Let's go to phase number 3. This is now called the scaling system. Now, at this point, you want to make sure that you have an evergreen call booking process, which means you don't want to be doing weekly live webinars, monthly challenges, things that exhaust you and depend on you having to be there in real time on a live class where the risk of technical failure is really high. What you want to do instead is focus on one client acquisition funnel, which in this case, I would recommend Instagram. Regardless of whether you have a YouTube, Facebook, TikTok you're running ads or not, Instagram is the centralized hub of where you want to send the traffic to, because once they hit your Instagram account, there's a couple very powerful things that you can do. Number 1, you can actually have a conversation with them in the DMs, which now gives you the ability to overcome objections, send audio messages, and then many times you can even make the sale directly in the DMs, which means you don't even need the sales call. But the second reason why Instagram is so powerful is because you have the viral reel functionality. Instagram right now is one of the easiest places to not only go viral, but more importantly, attract your target customer. I'll give you an example. This reel right here on my Instagram account, for full transparency, did over $150,000 in sales. Why? You can go to my main Instagram and take a look at it. Because not only am I selling my story of how I came to build my business, but I also talk about how the specific vehicle that I talk about, which is digital arbitrage, this is my B2C offer, by the way, so it's not relevant to most of you. Just, I want you to take a look at this so you can have a case study understanding of it. This is a type of reel that not only gets people to buy into who I am, but also a vehicle that I talk about, which is extremely powerful. And you want to focus on making consistent reels, 1 to 2 quality reels per day that can drive massive amounts of virality, and then send them into your DMs so you can have a DM conversation with them. And this takes me to the bonus phase number 4, which is what I call the content expansion phase. Once you have all these pieces set up and you understand how the funnel works, the only remaining problem that you will have is not getting enough traffic and not getting enough book calls. Basically, what we want to do is we want to double your leads, double the amount of people hitting your profile, because if we do that, we double the amount of calls that you have. And if we double the amount of calls that you have, you double your sales. So what we're going to do here is really shift you to focusing on building the media company aspect of your business, which is thinking of your personal brand truly as a media company. That means focusing on 1 to 2 quality reels per day, as well as bringing on a video editor to remove yourself from the day-to-day operations of needing to edit the videos, and you can even have this individual handle all the posting. I'll tell you that when my business was doing $150,000 a month, I was still taking all the sales calls myself, and I would even do the appointment setting because it's pretty easy just sending some messages back and forth. The part that was the most challenging and the most time consuming was actually the creation of the video. So if you can hire one video editor, which by the way, it's not very expensive. If you go internationally in Latin America, you go to Europe, you go to Asia, you can hire someone for $1,000 to $1,500 per month. And that individual will be the core foundation of how you multiply out your content. Just with that alone, you can honestly scale to $150,000 a month. And if you want some additional help, you would also want to bring in an appointment setter to remove yourself from the DMs, because that person is actually going to handle all the call bookings. And you can eventually remove yourself from taking the sales calls by hiring your first phone closer as well. But honestly, I really mean this. Your problem is going to be lack of traffic. And the traffic is going to mean you have to put the majority of your time into the content creation. And if you need any help implementing any of the stuff and you'd like to work directly with myself and my team, I'll put the first link down below. You can go ahead, schedule a demo call, and we'll literally show you on a super valuable call a 30-day roadmap of what our one-on-one consulting is going to look like with you, how exactly we install all the content systems that we've used to achieve consistently over $1 million a month into your business so you can install it and scale to $100,000 a month. And if you haven't checked out this video here, it's going to break down the 4 key phases of how do you scale from 0 to $100,000 a month consistently, showing you every single step of the way That video is right there, so I'll see you there.